We finished the sculpt, and now it's time to create material for it. For now, we will start from colors. But first, check your model for overlaps. They will cause artifacts and baking normals. Now, when check's complete, create new color attribute and set it to face corner and white color, and call it teeth mask. Create another one for the tongue. Then select teeth and edit mode. Switch to vertex paint mode, enable mask by face selection, set color to white, and press Ctrl X to fill selection without color. Then create tongue mask in the same way. Then open Geometry Nodes tab, create new Geometry Node setup, and name it Cavity Maps. Here, we'll make cavity mask that we'll use in the shader. First, create Edge Angle node. Then, create Arc Cosine node and connect sine angle to value. Then, create Multiply node and set second value to 0.3. Then, create color ramp and flip it. Then, create Blur Attribute node and set iterations to 10. This will be cavity mask for the gums. Then, duplicate Blur node and set iterations to 50 to make mask for the teeth. Now, create Store Named Attribute node, set it to color, call attribute gums cavity, and connect gums mask to it. Repeat the same for teeth cavity map. Then, create Named Attribute node and call to mask attribute. Create blur node and set iterations to 2000. Then save it with store named attribute node and call it mask smooth. Now we can tidy up the nodes and proceed to making shader. Some values in shader are dependent on scale, so first I need to resize the model. So I import my head model into scene to act as reference. Values will also depend on scene units. Because I want this model to be exportable, I need to have scene units set to centimeters and unit scale to 0.01. If you're using meters, some values will need to be 100 times smaller than what I'm going to use here. To scale model proportionally to head, I try to align big teeth with corners of the mouth. Now the scaling is done, we can apply the scale using Ctrl A and delete reference model. Now create new material, add few coral attribute nodes and coral attributes that we previously created. Then create mix color node and connect TIFF mask to factor. To visualize it better, set color A to pink. Then grab TIFF cavity mask, add color ramp and map range nodes. Connect cavity map to color ramp and ramp to map range. Then move handles on color ramp close together to increase contrast. Color ramp will be used to adjust contrast, and map range for adjusting brightness of the masks. Then create another mix color node and connect map range to factor. And adjust color A to be yellowish white. Then connect that mix color node to color B of the TIFF mask mix node. Now we can adjust TIFF colors a bit more. Then select TIFF color setup and press F to create frame around them and rename that frame to TIFF coloring. Next, we will start working on gums texture. First, we will create capillary pattern that we can see on reference, using Voronoi texture. First, create Voronoi texture node and set it to distance to edge. Then, press Ctrl T to create mapping setup. We also need to distort Voronoi texture to look more natural. For that, we can use noise texture. Add noise texture node and connect mapping node to vector input. Then create mix color node, connect mapping to color A and noise texture to color B. Then set mix node to screen and factor to 0.15. Then add value and math nodes. Set value node to 25, set math to divide, connect value to math, and set second value to 2. Then connect math to noise scale and value to Voronoi scale. This will allow us to change scale of Voronoi texture with distortion staying consistent. To make it look more natural, in my pin node, set X scale to 2 and Z scale to 0.5. Now we can create color ramp and connect Voronoi texture to it. Set color ramp to be spline, flip it, and move black handle near white. Then arrange nodes, create frame, and call it capillary mask. Then create mix color node and connect mask to factor. Create RGB and hue saturation value nodes. Connect RGB to color of hue saturation node and color A of mix node, and hue saturation node to color B. In hue saturation node, set saturation to 2 and value to 0.6. Then we can adjust color in RGB node. Now we can connect this setup to first mix node. Now we can tidy up a bit, add frame around mix and RGB nodes, and call it GAMS color layer 1. Capillary looking too strong, so add map range node after color ramp and set to max value to 0.4. Now we can arrange nodes and proceed to second layer of paint. For second layer, we'll start from GAMS cavity mask. Move main mix node further away and add color ramp to GAMS cavity. Then adjust contrast and add map range. Then arrange nodes vertically, create another mix node, connect second layer mask to factor, and first color layer to color A. Now we can connect second layer to main mix node. Now we have more realistic skin look, but with only cavity mask it looks too homogeneous and doesn't cover all that we need to cover. So we'll add image texture to second layer mask. First, adjust colors and contrast a bit. Now create image texture node and make new black texture. Name it CAMS Layer 2 Mask. 1024 resolution will be more than enough. Then create new mix node, set color rate to black and connect texture to factor. Then create math node, set it to add, connect both cavity and texture mask to it, and connect it to layer 2 mix node. Then arrange nodes a bit. Now create noise texture node, create mapping setup, and create color ramp and map range. Connect noise to color ramp and map range to color B of mix node. Then arrange nodes. Now, to check if everything works properly, we need to paint a few white areas on the mask. Now, if we change to shader view, we will see that noise texture appears where we painted the mask. Now we can connect shader back and adjust second layer mask. Then, in shaded view, paint areas near the teeth and all the ridges. Then we can use smudge brush to paint mask over the teeth roots and to soften the edges of the mask overall. To better see the result of texture mask, disable Cavity Maps modifier. After mask is done, we can save it. Now we can enable modifiers back and adjust the values. Then arrange nodes, create frame, and name it GAMS call layer 2. Last part we need to paint is tongue. For that, I will copy noise setup from layer 2. Then create another mix node, connect tone mass smooth to factor and map range to color B. Then we need to adjust the values for noise to look roughly like the texture of the tongue. Now we have a mask for layer 3. Create another mix node, connect layer 3 to factor and layer 2 to color A. Then we can use color B to set color of the tongue. Now arrange the nodes, create frame and name it GAMS call layer 3. Then create combined RGB node and connect layer mask to R, G, and B inputs. This node will be used later for baking. This way, we can freely adjust colors on the baking material. Create frame around combined RGB node and name it GAMS Color Map Bake. And create frame around main mix node and name it Combined TIFF and GAMS Colors. Last step, create ambient occlusion node and another mix color node set to multiply. Set factor to 0.5 and connect color setup to color A and AO to color B. By adjusting the factor, we can control strength of ambient occlusion. Then create frame around AO setup and name it Add AO. And now color setup is done.